We've waited all year to crown a conference champion out of the Big Ten in primetime tonight. Northwestern, Ohio State, that's tonight on Fox. Also today, we got, to start your day, you got number 14, Texas, taking on number 5, Oklahoma. Then you've got the SEC Championship between number 1, Alabama, and number 4, Georgia. That's on CBS. And then if you don't want to watch the Big Ten Championship, you also got the Mountain West Championship between Fresno State and Boise State, and Clemson and Pittsburgh also. That's tonight on ABC. One that we are looking forward to. Alabama and Georgia in the SEC Championship. Winner likely to the college football playoff. The loser would be a little more shaky tomorrow on Selection Sunday. Tomorrow you will know exactly where every team will be going for postseason play or not be going, because we have too many bowl-eligible teams this year, more than we have of bowl slots. So we're going to start with some college football picks, some traditional games. We just have games. We are not going to pick the championship games just yet. We're going to get some regular games in. It would help if I know where the games are. You know. So, got some games now. Here's the games. These are the championship games. We'll pick those coming up. All these championship games are going to get picked today. But first, we got the regular games. Regular games. So all the Golden Games are with 4 this week. And, of course, the other conference championships with 2. Last night, both SN and W go 6 points out of 6 last night. Good job. Let's start with Marshall taking on Virginia Tech. This is probably the best non-conference championship game of the day. We go with Virginia Tech to get to bowl eligibility. This is easy. Iowa State. Drake is like not counts. It doesn't count as a football team. Akron taking on South Carolina. Gonna go with the Gamecocks on SEC Network. NC State over East Carolina. Easy to pick some of these games, but then we got a good one in the Pac-12. Stanford and Cal. Go with Cal at home. That game just worth 1 this week. Again, it got moved to this week because of the California fire. So we got the conference championship games coming up. Let's indulge into that big game between UCF and Memphis right now. UCF unbeaten since 2 years ago. They're on a 20-plus game win streak. It looks to continue today as they take on Memphis, right to go to New Year's Six Bowl on the line for UCF. If UCF loses, it would be the winner of the Mountain West Championship that would go to a New Year's Six Bowl, because it has to be a conference champion that gets the bid. You have to win your conference if you want to go to a New Year's Six Bowl as a group of 5 team. As the group of 5 team, I should say. But UCF would likely, if they lose today, would likely fall out of contention for that. Because I would take Michigan over UCF. And nobody's arguing anymore. Okay, so about that, we got some people that think that. Yeah, I was just saying, UCF, they're going to win today. They're only favored by a touchdown, but maybe Memphis is good. I don't know. The UCF should be able to pull it off today on ABC. In the Mountain West, we got Fresno State and Boise State. Boise State winning some good games, but they lost to Oklahoma State earlier this year. We'll see how that plays into today's championship. Let's pick our group of 5 championships right now. We'll pick our group of 5 championships. We'll start off in the Sun Belt. These games worth 2 points because they are championships. I'm going to go with Appalachian State. They're going to win that championship today. Got UAB taking on Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee in the Conference USA Championship. That's on CBS Sports Network. Memphis taking on UCF. I'm going to go UCF. That game on ABC. And then in primetime on ESPN, we got Fresno State taking on Boise State. We got Blue Turf Broncos going to win at home. And in just a moment, we got the 4 remaining Power 5 championships. But we want to remind you, we're Washington heading to the Rose Bowl game, which is up in Northwestern Mutual. That'll be New Year's Day on ESPN. So, again, we get back to it. That Alabama is clearly the best team in the nation. If they lose today, they'll likely go to a college football playoff. It would be a they wouldn't be as favored to win the national championship if they lost to Georgia today, but I think you got to beat Georgia. If you're Alabama, you don't want to have to play Georgia again. Got to beat them today. Knock them out. Get them off the table. Move them on out to the Sugar Bowl. And stay away as far as you can from you. Because you don't want to play Georgia. Georgia doesn't want to play you. You want to beat them today. Because you got to play them here in the SEC Championship. Spot in the college football playoff on the line today. Okay. Now let's look at the Big 12. Oklahoma, we were all expecting them to run the table this year. They had a close one against Army, which Army we now find out is ranked in the AP poll, not in the college football playoff, but they're probably just outside looking in. And Texas in that game, in the Red River Showdown, played a perfect game and would pull off that upset. And Texas had lost 2 games since that big win. But today would be a spot in the Sugar Bowl for Texas if they win, and a big step forward for their program at Texas. We haven't gone to the ACC Championship, but Clemson, favored by 20 points to win the ACC Championship today. It is insane. There's no depth in the ACC. There's a terrible conference. Syracuse is not a great football team. Pittsburgh is terrible. They're a 7-win team. They got obliterated by Penn State. But if Pittsburgh wins, an 8-win team would go to the Peach Bowl, likely. Or the Fiesta Bowl, I guess, but likely the Peach Bowl. If Pitt wins, they'd go to the Peach Bowl, but it's a tall task, and Clemson would obviously be knocked out of the college football playoff. If you lose to Pitt, Pitt is a terrible football team. If anybody watched that game against Penn State, it was not even close. Northwestern Ohio State. Ohio State needing a win today if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they lose today, if Ohio State loses today, they would likely drop to the Fiesta Bowl. And Michigan would likely go to the Rose Bowl. I wouldn't wait if if Ohio State loses today, Northwestern goes to Rose Bowl. Ohio State and Michigan would likely go to one to the Peach Bowl and one to the Fiesta Bowl. But yeah, you can't lose to Northwestern today. That's really number one task, is to not lose to Northwestern today. Alrighty, we've got a real good Saturday slate. Let's get the picks on in. We're going to start with the Big 12 championship between Texas and Oklahoma. We're actually going to start with the ACC championship. I'm going to go with Clemson. It's mostly going to be a home crowd tonight for the Tigers. Not a great conference this year. But let's go to the Big 12 championship. Texas, Oklahoma. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. They're going to go for revenge today against Texas. And Kyler Murray, he's explosive. We saw it in the River game when Texas had a big lead. Oh, he got Oklahoma back in the game. Of course, Oklahoma not able to pull it out. Dick at the kicker getting that game-winning field goal for Texas in that game. And that's why they are here at the Big 12 Championship instead of West Virginia, because Texas beat Oklahoma earlier this season. We've got the Big 10 championship from Indianapolis between Northwestern and Ohio State. Winner to at least the Rose Bowl. Loser, well, no, you don't want to lose. Just let's say you don't want to lose today. You don't think about losing. Winning is your only option. I'm going to go to Ohio State. They need a statement win today. They need it to really prove to America, not just the committee, but to America, that they are the Ohio State University and that they are a team that is capable of winning a national championship. Because it's really not getting to the college football playoff. It's winning the college football playoff that matters in this. If you can get there and just perform like Michigan State did when we were in the cycle, last time we were in these two bowl games, which is 3 years ago. Michigan State absolutely obliterated by Alabama. That was Alabama's championship year when they beat Clemson. It was year 2 of the college football playoff after Michigan State beat Iowa in the Big 10 championship. But since then, since that Ohio State championship in the first year of the college football playoff, Big 10 has been routed twice. And then they were left out last year. I think Ohio State will get it done today. Now we got the big SEC championship between number 1 Alabama and number 4 Georgia. SEC champions the right to be SEC champions. Of course, defending SEC champion Georgia taking on defending national champion Alabama. Of course, Alabama missing the SEC championship last year as they lost to Auburn, but I'm going to go Alabama today. Nick Saban does not want to play Georgia in the college football playoff. Georgia, though very desperate to get a win today to really solidify that they are the SEC champions and the best in the land down south. But Alabama, they've been playing so great this season. Georgia had a letdown game against LSU, a team that Alabama shut out. I think it was in Baton Rouge, or was it? I'm not sure where that game was. It was in Baton Rouge, so both teams played at LSU. Of course, Alabama getting that win. And then the defeat suffered for Georgia. We're going to stay so long. We got us in college football tonight coming up. Tonight. And tomorrow, we will be covering the selection show and the road to the college football playoff. Stick with us tomorrow, because a lot of these great games still to come. In the next few days. For our entire S-Star and crew, J-Rod, since so long from Championship Week, SN going to clinch likely the crown of champions, winning the regular season and picking games, which of course I had some big weeks. I was losing at the start of this year, but of course, once we get to early in the conference play, really just roll. So I know who's good, who's bad. So, again, for the final time, I'm J. Rodzine. So long. This has been a presentation of S Sports on SRN. We will have our college football playoff coverage on December 29th, January 7th, right here, only on SN. J. Rodzine, so long. Peace out.